Hi, fellow jokers. I'm here with my African looking hair because we have to talk about this. We have to talk about this. What, what, what? So I done gone and freaked out on Tumblr fast because I needed to calm down. If I came here straight away, there would have been no coherence. I would have been no, like, I wouldn't have been making any sense right now because what? He did what? Guys, are you freaking out about this? Because you should be freaking out about this. Like, he did this. He really did this. Like my friend pointed out, Jikook are the only ones who seem to do like a lot of stuff on their t-shirts, like throughout the tour. Other members just seems to they go as simple, like maybe what they've been given by the stylist. They just wear what they're given or whatever. But Jikook they're always decorating their things and like here, do you remember this?
Hey, Jimin, Mexico City. JM. Yeah. Okay.
Jimin did that himself. He decorated that t-shirt with again the JM, okay? With the JM. Like, let's not sit there and act a fool like we don't know who in BTS goes by JM. And proudly at that. And here members were admiring his t-shirt and what's on it. And one of those things is a glitter JM. He did that, okay? So he did this. Oh my god. He did this. And it's not him having Ami on his t-shirt, and it's not him having JM on his t-shirt. It's the way he's done it. It looks exactly, you'll already know, bro. Exactly like this. The JM crossing, like he used the same M for Ami and JM. Exactly like this mofo did here. What? How are we supposed to be okay after this? Are jikookers supposed to pretend that we don't see this? Like we don't see the coincidence? Because you all know how I feel about jikook and coincidences. Because bruh, this ain't no coincidence. What coincidence? Coincidence is something happens and nobody had intended for it to happen. Nobody had planned for it to happen. But the fact that JK's tattoos look like that and Jimin knows, the world knows, everybody and their mama who knows Jungkook exists knows how his tattoos on his hand look like, including JM, his boyfriend. So he knows. So even if you say you're not trying to be the Lulu and you're like, he just, even if he knows, he's just trying to put the JM. Again, this is how is it being perceived? How does it look like to us who are seeing this? And so Jimmy knows that this is gonna get people talking. This is gonna have people associating what he's wearing with the JM tattoo, with JK's tattoo. So he knows that. He knows we are gonna associate this with JK's tattoo, whether or not that's what he meant, whether or not that was his intention, which by the way, have you met Jimin? Do you not know Jimin? He did this on purpose. He did that on purpose. Just like he did this on purpose. Because we've established that we know who that is on the MV. And if we thought Jimin was loud then I don't know what to say right now. He was loud. Putting JK on the music video on the billboard, that was loud. But it's apparently debatable. This, however, is not. I want to hear anybody who doesn't agree with us. I want to hear what you have to say. Genuinely, if you're watching this video, I'm not going to come for you. I'm not going to be rude. I need to hear what you have to say about this and tell me. You sit there and tell me that this does not remind you of this. Tell me right now in the comment section, if you disagree with us, tell me right now that Jimin's t-shirt doesn't remind you of JK's hand tattoo. And if you say that no, it doesn't, I will call you a liar because you will be lying. So I want an honest debunker down in the comment section to explain to me why you think that we are insane. You know what? We are insane. But Jimin is making us so. Okay? He's making us so. Because what is he doing? Oh my God. So, as you all know, as you can see on my profile picture, this is my profile picture. And the reason I have this on my profile picture is because of how it made me feel. When Jimin used this picture to wish JK a happy birthday, I had just woken up and then my friend sent me a message on Facebook Messenger and we're just chatting and then she sends this photo and then we're like, oh, look at what somebody made, like someone just edited this. And then I go to our jikook discord and I find out that no, it's not an edit. Jimin posted this himself and I just lost my mind. I could not believe it. I was freaking the fuck out because this, I don't know how we moved on from this. I haven't. I mean, it's still my profile picture. I haven't moved on from it. I will never move on from it because this was literally insane. Keep in mind, we had not watched Are You Sure? We knew that they were in Connecticut and they were shooting a thing. By the way, they went to an LGBT pub and we knew that they had been there and they went and they used the boats and everything. But which, by the way, we never saw this. We never saw this where they were half naked and we never got a behind the scenes of this. So we hadn't just imagine you haven't seen Are You Sure, where it's maybe normalized this to being crazy because they've been loud during Are You Sure, right? So imagine where you haven't seen that show and you're not immune to how they are. And then suddenly Jimin just posts this. Are you gonna believe that it happened? Like, I had to go to his profile myself. I went to Instagram, like, I needed to see it with my own freaking eyes. And so today, when he did this, I got deja vu because I could not believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. You guys, you better be freaking out the right amount. You better be freaking out because you should be freaking out. If you are on TikTok right now, if you're on Twitter, like, we are going mad over this as we should be because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Short of coming out, this is the closest he's getting right now. I would say the Who MV, JK's eyes in Who, is the closest Jimin has ever done to coming out. But that is, people want to argue about that. This, nobody's arguing about this. And this is, if we don't get a kiss on stage, which of course I don't think they're gonna do that. You guys don't believe me. I'm telling you, they're not going to do that. I'm not saying that they will. You're looking at me like I think they will, but I didn't say that they're going to, you know. But you know, if we don't get a kiss, which we won't, I'm not that crazy. This is everything right now. Short of him coming out and saying, I've been dating JK for the last 11 years. This is it. If jikookers were heading on a journey, this is our destination. For now, until they come out, this is it. This is it. And yes, I know we have Rose Ball, right? I know we have Rose Ball, which is again apparently debatable. And I know we have Hikige. Okay, this and this are insane. Oh my god, these are insane. How do people ship Jimin and TK with other people? Oh my god. We have all of that. But this is, did this just go to the top? Should this be called t-shirt again? Like this needs a name. Because what the fuck is this? What has he done? I'm still not getting over the fact that he said this.
아, 요것도 중요하죠. 투어에 꼭 챙겨가는 물건. 이거 없으면 나는 투어 못 한다.
아, 중요하지. 나 무조건
요거는
중요하지.
이제 지민이 형이랑 RM 형한테 물어보겠습니다.
제일 중요한 거는 투어에서 내가 무엇을 챙겼느냐가 아니고 정국이가 무엇을 챙겼느냐인 것 같아요. 네, 정국이 물건을 잘 사용하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
쿵딱. 쿵딱.
That was Jungkook's face when Jimin did that. So if JK can't even handle his man, how are we supposed to handle his man? How are we supposed to? If even JK is shooken and shooketh by his boyfriend's behavior, how are we supposed to be okay? How are we supposed to handle this shit? Tell me where how
Hey, my man. Hey, my man.
this chapter, Jimin really said, y'all are gonna have to stop denying this shit because JK is my boyfriend, and whether you like it or not, you're gonna know it. Because he is being so freaking loud right now. Like, we always know JK's been loud, but it's military service. Jimmy needed to get rid of that, finish, serve, and move on with his life so that he could come out and be like, JK is my man. So that he could come out and tell you, does this look familiar? Because we be new, like jikookers, we knew this. This is not new to us. There's people who have recently discovered that because when this happened, there was compilations now of how JK always carries the big bag and Jimin carries the small bag, of how JK always carries, like, we seen him carrying Jimin's passport, carrying Jimin nausea medication because Jimin gets car sick. And we've been because this is no news to us, okay? We be know, like, we are the ones who support this too because we understand and we've seen it. We listen to them and we know that they are a couple. So this is not new to us. But there are people who just discovered this. Now, of course, people thought we were crazy. And then Jimin came and said, it don't matter what I pack. Because JK, I'm just gonna use what JK has. And we saw in Yeshua Jimin just walking around with this big ass oversized t-shirts, you know, like when you go sleep over at your man's and you just wear his big ass t-shirts and we just, bro, we be new, but he confirmed that shit, right? He confirmed it. Like, Jimin, this chapter is not messing around. 2.0 Jimin really said jikook is real. Kookmin is real. Because how is he guys, when you see Calvin Klein and you're an army, what are you gonna think? JK. Even now that I'm a BTS army, if I'm walking around minding my business, I see Calvin Klein, I'm like, ooh, JK. Even though I'm a Shameless US will always be my favorite show of all time, and Jeremy Allen White, who plays Lip in that show, I think you guys know him from the cooking the TV series or whatever. He's also a Calvin Klein ambassador, so I'm supposed to be associating Calvin Klein with him because I've loved Shameless for way longer than I've been an army. But when I see Calvin Klein, I see JK because Jungkook has embodied this. Like, he generally loves being a Calvin Klein ambassador. Like, you know, sometimes as a celebrity, you get endorsement, you do it. You just do it because whatever, I'm getting paid, I'm gonna do it, whatever. But you can tell JK loves Calvin Klein. He's been wearing Calvin. Both of them, even before JK was ambassador, both of them were wearing CK. Like, so him becoming a CK ambassador, absolutely, it makes so much sense. And so now when we see CK, we think JK. And so here, Jimin is walking around flaunting his Calvin Kleins, and what do we think? Once again, I'm always saying this, they love to be associated with each other. And him wearing the Calvin Klein and then him doing this and then him telling us that JK packs their shit and then him, guys, the necklaces, oh my god, yo, he was wearing both necklaces. Let's not forget this. Let's never forget this. Jimin really said kookmin is real. Like, bro, are you okay? Are you okay? Guys, tell me down in the comment section, are you okay? Can we just come and virtually hug each other? Because I am not okay. I'm not okay. This man is literally insane. He's lost his mind. Jimina, what are you doing? What are you doing? Guys, are we okay? don't forget we're in the month of June. And yeah. Pride. First June was just, oh my god. What is going on? Jikookers, what is happening right now? What is going on? When I tell you that I'm even more convinced now that at the end of the tour, we're gonna get some. We're gonna get something. Guys, how are you doing? Please tell me, how are you doing? Because I'm not, I don't, I'm out of words. I don't know what to say right now.
요령을 필요해야 돼. 요령, 그치. 요령을 좀 섹시하게. 섹시 지민. 색정. 섹시. 미안하다. 미안하다. 죄송합니다.
They just started laughing. Before I saw the subs, I just started laughing too because their laughter is infectious. But basically, Jimin said, we need a name. And Zeki was like, okay, yeah. And then he was like, but we need to make the name a bit sexy. And then he was like, sexy Jimin, sexy Jung. And then he left that and then he just started laughing. Like you had in the video, they just started laughing and then they were laughing. And then we didn't know why they were laughing. All we had was sex, like, you know? And then Jack Sal posted this. And the thing is, I get people all the time because you guys know I talk a lot about, internal affairs. If you've been around, you know what that means. I talk a lot about Jimin and JK and their internal affairs. And there's always gonna be people getting upset. Oh no, why are you talking about their sex lives? You're only supposed to do this. How am I not supposed to? We stan some very naughty people, okay? So basically, when JK said sexy Jimin, and then Jimin was like, sexy G, sexy Jung, and then he trailed off. As we can see, it's a pun on it's a test in Korea. It's a Korean adult personality or compatibility test, a sexual compatibility test. It indicates that two specific personalities, which is sex Jung and sex G, are a terrible match for each other. So sexy sex, so they are sex. That's why Jaxal post is all sex. Because sexy, what they're saying is sex, short for sexual tendency or intimacy style. So sex Jung stands for passionate, while sex G stands for intellectual or dominant. And that's why they're laughing. They're laughing so hard. But she said basically passion versus practical. Like, it's so they made a sex pun, okay? And that's why it was so funny. And that's why Jimin apologized. Lord. Jimin and JK are very, very naughty. Case in point. So how am I not going to think about them and their internal affairs when they're doing this shit? And then Jimin apologized again. Just like when he talked about JK's schlong. Just like when he talked about the Jankonda during that one live. And then he apologized for it. That's what always happens. When Jimin makes a sex joke, he laughs. And then he apologizes for it. And this is from today. And he's just there laughing and minding his business like he didn't just drive us crazy hours ago with this. Guys, I just wanted to come on here and talk about this. I'll be back with a video. I'm gonna try to find, I haven't had the time, otherwise I would have been. I have so many ideas and I have so many videos to do. Like, I know a lot have been happening, so believe me, I have a lot of videos to do. So I'm gonna I'm gonna try and do that. But this I had to make time for because this is literally insane. This is insane. Today, just sleep knowing that if you had any suspicions, like if you are that jikooker who was just by the edge, that jikooker who always leaves a 1% for maybe, You know those jikookers, they exist, the ones who normally live a 1% for maybe, you know? Jimin over here always trying to tell us like kookmin is real, jikook is real, but there's always gonna be jikookers who was like, you know, we need to leave a 1% for just in case, just in case we are wrong. So if you're that jikooker who normally has that 1% for just because, Jimin just confirmed that they are a couple. He's done that a lot of time, but this, bro, jikook is real. When I tell you, what? How are you okay? How are we doing? Please comment down below. Let me know how you're doing because I am not okay. I am not okay.